What's up, guys? Welcome back to my Dexter Resurrection review series. I am Dexter, not Morgan, and I'm going to be doing these completely spoiler filled, so go watch the episodes definitely before you watch these. Now, this killer that shows up in this taxi at the beginning of the film, to me, looks exactly like Michael C. Hall. During the episode, when they started talking to each other, he looks a little different, and his nose is a little different. But at the beginning of the episode, he looks and sounds just like Michael C. Hall. And in the trailer, you can tell Michael C. Hall is dressing as him with the sunglasses and the black hood, and he calls himself the Dark Passenger. I'm wondering, unless I'm a dumbass, if Michael C. Hall is playing both Dexter and this new Dark Passenger serial killer. I could be totally mistaken. It'd be cool to see Michael C. Hall play his own villain that's going to be at the end of the, like, on his table by the end of the season. That would be cool. I'm just worried that this show is going to go stupid and give Dexter like this multiple personality thing. I really, really hope that's not the case. I hope this Dark Passenger Uber driver killer is a totally separate character from Dexter, because that's what I'm hoping. That's all I'm saying. He's pretty evil. He's if it is Michael C. Hall playing him, he's definitely like on the evil side with this guy. But that's making me very curious. They're really sprinkling Uma Thurman in here. I have absolutely no idea what her role is. Whether she's like the anti-hero or if she's complete villain. From the trailers, which the trailers looked goofy. This show is definitely like catching my interest way more than the trailers did. Because I know Peter Dinklage is showing up, I know Neil Patrick Harris is showing up. These are faces that don't remind me of Dexter, its lore and its history at all. So I'm curious what they're going to do with them. And basically, what I'm seeing in the show is really, really much better than what I've been seeing in the trailer. So I'm happy about that. Still weary about if they're going to ruin the episode 10, but time shall tell that. Again, I'm liking Harrison and what he's doing in this. I like his job. I love his relationship with that Spanish girl that he works with. I really hope they get together. His personality is much more up my alley in this one. We don't see too much of Batista other than one scene, but like I said in the last review, I hope they don't villainize him. I hope we still like him by the end of the season. I know in the last episode he was talking to Dexter about telling him he's been resurrected, so he's an average Joe now. He's free to renew his license and everything. And I like how Dexter in his head said, "Yeah, because you can't prosecute a dead man." So, you know, Dexter and Batista are really going to have this big tension, and I just hope they don't villainize Batista, because I really like Batista, and I don't want to see Batista as the bad guy or as the guy you're rooting against, because he's just too good of a character for that. Of course, the body was found and traced right back to the hotel. Like I said, they're interviewing that blonde girl, and I want to know. That blonde girl's really hot, by the way, and I'm wondering how they're going to develop her as a character. If she's going to have any kind of relationship with Harrison too. The cop character I'm loving, because she's a genius and she is such a good cop that Dexter's going to have the hardest time in the world keeping his hands clean from this woman, and keeping an eye on Harrison too, because I don't know if Dexter has any intentions to meet up with Harrison. It'll probably happen, but maybe it won't. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, we don't get too many answers when it comes to Uma Thurman's character or Batista's character, but we do get a lot of Harrison as expected, and I'm glad he's at least not annoying, and they didn't really villainize him, but they just took him in the direction that's so anti-Dexter, and I was really disappointed in that in New Blood. So they're making him more human, more likable, more someone you enjoy being around, kind of thing. I love his relationships with everybody and how everybody likes him too. So whether he's putting on that persona or not, who knows? But the fact that he can go party with that black guy and drive these fancy ass cars is awesome. But yeah, I really hope things develop with Harrison and that Spanish girl, because they have incredible chemistry, and I'm surprised they weren't boyfriend and girlfriend already, to be honest. But yeah, So far, so good. I love the conversation too. I forgot to mention between James Remar and Dexter in the subway, where James Remar is like, "You don't usually save people, Dexter. Like, what are you doing?" So, if they take this in the direction where Dexter actually starts to develop more feelings, that's going to be cool, and it's going to be interesting to see Dexter develop, a human side to him more than he ever had. So that would be a cool direction to go to. Anyways, I don't want to keep these too long. I'm just briefly spoiling and talking about my feelings on each episode. So until episode 3, subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice or if you like my reviews. And we're going to be chatting more Dexter real soon. Take care. Until next time. Cheers.